I was just saying that he was very instrumental in ensuring that a lot of the projects that Akufo-Addo, or a lot of the projects and programs that Akufo-Addo put in place, he was really very instrumental in ensuring that those projects were done. He brought most of them to the fore, including Go for Oil, including all the things of there. 33 of them. I was very impressed. I sat in cabinet with him and I realized that this was a brilliant mind that we couldn't miss to be president of the Republic of Ghana. Whatever lies people said about him, I can tell you that he was very brilliant, very competent, and every person, including those who are contesting today, have all testified, have all said and testified to the fact that Bawumia is the best.
How did they say it?
All of them.
When did they say it?
Kennedy has said it before.
What did he say? How did he say? What did
he
say?
Said that, I remember 2 or 3 times, he said that Bawumia, the very thing I've even just told you about 1.2 billion, Kennedy said before, he said Bawumia is the best. He said it several times, on several occasions, that Bawumia is the best. That was just the last time, in 2020. He said it, he defended Bawumia and said he is the best. And I'm saying to you that after looking at all the people on the parades, I felt that Bawumia was the best. He was the best choice for us. He's the president that can make a change. He's the president that can create jobs. He's the president that can inspire the young people in Ghana. Because we need transformational leaders, and I felt that and I still feel he was one of them, or he's still one of them. Now, for now, why am I still choosing Bawumia? Look, nobody amongst the 5 have made any compelling case for me to change my mind that we should change Bawumia.
The results, as in the results of the election?
Not at all. I'll come to that. Okay. Bawumia is still the best among the 5 that we have. That's the first thing. He's still the most creative amongst them. He's still the most inspiring amongst them. He's still the most, in terms of the ability to generate ideas, in terms of dexterity, in terms of the being humble and known to the people of Ghana, is still the best. Now, we don't have the time that some people think we have to market a new candidate. We don't simply have that time. Paul, we don't. 2 years.
3.
Essentially 2 years.
No, 3.
Trust me, it's essentially 2 years. We don't have the time to market a new candidate.
We're in January 26.
I know that.
2 years is January 28.
I know that.
And then comes 11 months.
I know that. The reason why we are picking our candidate is to ensure that we have 2 full years ahead of the NDC to market our candidate. That's why I keep using that. And I'm saying that we don't have enough time to market our candidate. That's the first thing I want you to know. When we have already marketed one, we've marketed Bawumia enough in all the chronics of Ghana, the communities, the villages, the lorry parks, the markets, the churches, the mosques, the religious places. We've marketed Bawumia enough. There is no home in Ghana who does not know who Bawumia is. Everybody knows. We've all agreed that Bawumia is competent. Everybody has agreed, including his opponents. They've all agreed that, yes, this man is competent. This man is humble. This man is respectful. This man can be a president of Ghana. This is a man that when you go abroad, you see him talk and speak after he's been invited, you are proud to say, this is my president. We've all agreed on that. So why do we have to make a change? That's the first thing. The second thing is that NPP and Ghanaians have shown clearly that first-time candidates normally don't win an election. 2012, we all know that we in NPP still don't agree that we lost that election. So you cannot say Mahama won that election. President Kufuor came the first time, he didn't win. We repeated him. The second time he won. Mix came the first time, he didn't win. The NDC repeated him the second time, he didn't win. They had to repeat him a third time before he won. Then we brought President Akufo-Addo. First time he didn't win. We had to repeat him a second time, he didn't win. We repeated him a third time before he won. Clearly. Why is it that we think that Bawumia that he will not get a second chance? Why?
Hasn't the generations changed? If you look at the demographics that elected in 2024, the electoral roll in 2024, you look at the demographics, the youngest that we've ever had. Social media was not part of our political conversations before. Our first social media election was 2016. By 2024's election, there's a big social media. Things change fast. The world is fast. The established protocols are being broken. New epochs are being carved out. It's not the same old story. Bring a candidate 1, bring him 2, bring him 3. It's not that story anymore. It is this guy can deliver the bullets. Let's go get it done. The youth are impatient. So all of those historical narratives that are very beautiful, say, oh, let's present him again. Don't you think that we're in a completely different era?
I do agree, but that's the more reason why we must keep him. Because the fear of the social media should let you keep your old candidate. If we elect a new candidate, do you know what our opponents are going to pull out about that person? How are you going to defend?
What do they have about Kwabena Agyapong?
I say to you that nobody thought that anybody had anything about Bawumia. Clean man, clean family man, coming from a very respected family. He's very respectful. He bows to everybody. He greets everybody. He's so respectful. But look at the sort of, let me use the word, untruths that they said about him. I will use the word lies.
And people believed it.
And people believed it. Naked untruths.
He owns Aptel.
He owns, for example, this Aptel thing, that he owns Aptel. And when they knew for a fact that he had nothing to do with it.
They didn't know. They just believed the propaganda.
No, but I'm
on
saying
the social
that,
media.
So I'm saying to you that we don't have the energy, the time, the resources to be able to market a new candidate because your opponent are not going to allow you to have breathing space. They'll go after you. They'll use social media.
Yeah, but they can create new ones against Dr. Bawumia.
It's going to be
it's
very
still
difficult.
social media. They can create new ones.
You know why? When you keep creating lies about somebody or untruths about somebody, people don't buy it any longer. President Mahama, remember, he's gone 3 times. By the 3rd time, people were not believing whatever we're saying about him. People just decided that we needed a change, and they decided to vote for him. So I'm saying to you that the best chance for the NPP for 2028 is to repeat the old candidate.
If it doesn't win.
And I'm saying to you that we repeated, NDC repeated Mills how many times?
3.
They repeated Mahama how many times?
3. 2.
How many? 3 times.
16, 20, 24. 3.
How many times did we repeat Akufo-Addo?
3.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. Has the era not changed?
I am just saying to you
that era not changed?
It is not wise for the NPP.
Is the youth not knocking at the doors for a new thing?
And I'm saying to you that the youth have never told any political party they bring a new candidate. There is no research anywhere that has said bring a new candidate. It is never. I am saying to you that the person they know and adore, and if you check all the research, constantly has pointed to the fact that the youth love Dr. Bawumia more than anybody. Matching Mahama and Bawumia, it was clear in the last research from whoever, including researchers that we thought that were not from people who were very friendly to us, like Musa Dankwa. They all said President Mahama was lacking behind Bawumia in terms of youth appeal. And so the man clearly is loved by the youth.
But the youth didn't vote for him.
Have you looked at the results to think that the youth didn't vote for him? Who told you that?
If the youth voted for him, he would never have ended up 41% because the demographics of those who voted are 70% youth. So if the youth votes for you, you won the election. So the youth voted John Mahama,
no,
actually.
The youth didn't vote Mahama.
Really?
No. What happened was that our supporters stayed away. There's a difference between...
Well. But that also has been blamed on Dr. Bawumia.
No, I'm saying that our supporters stayed away.
Yeah, the staying away has been blamed on Dr. Bawumia.
But that's mischief.
Why?
Because there's no empirical evidence to show that it is him.
He was on the ballot.
I'm coming. There's every empirical evidence to show that there are several factors that contributed. So the Makokwe committee came and pointed to about 8 to 10 factors. None of them pointed to Dr. Bawumia.
Have you seen the Makokwe committee?
I have not seen it physically.
Who told you that?
But we remember that I'm a member of the National Council. Mm-hmm. And the National Council, when we went there, the General Secretary made mention of the issues that the Makokwe committee raised. And when we went on the thank you tour, for example, my good friend, but if he had taken his time to either listen to the thank you tour or, for example, accompany us on the thank you tour to thank the people, even though we lost, he would have realized that the General Secretary accompanied the presidential candidate and at every point listed to the party people what caused our defeat. Mm-hmm. At every community that we went.
And of those factors, Muhammadu Bawumia was not one of those.
No, he never, at no point did they say that it was because of Muhammadu Bawumia. In fact, in many places, if Muhammadu Bawumia had not contested, we may have had lower votes.
But how do you have an election and a report from the election that doesn't say anything about the presidential candidate? He is the key guy on the ballot. Win or lose is him. So he wins some places, he loses some places. If you have a report that says nothing about the presidential candidate, I cannot agree with that report.
Did I say that nothing was said about him?
No, he said the 9 factors that caused the defeat. If there's a defeat, surely the presidential candidate must be part of it.
I've just said to you that the report talked about the presidential candidate, the report talked about the former president, the party, the candidates like me, the MPs, and several other factors. But I didn't say to you or that it pointed to him, because the question you asked me whether it was the fault of Dr. Bawumia, and I said yes, the report talked about him, talked about the type of campaign, the things that were done, and what was supposed to be done, what was not supposed to be done. But the report did not conclude that it was the fault of Dr. Bawumia. That's all.
So the report didn't say that it was not about the suitability of our candidate.
At all.
That the candidate was okay.
At all.
There were other factors.
Exactly.
That weighed against the candidate.
That weighed against the entire party and the candidate, and not just the Bawumia, the parliamentary candidates as well. Because the report concluded that our supporters largely stayed away because they were not happy with the system. They largely stayed away.
So you're saying that if all things were equal, if the supporters of NPP had voted as they did in 2020, Bawumia would have won the election.
They would have won the elections.
So there was a possibility that NPP could have won this election.
I am saying that if our supporters had come out to vote, they would have won the election. And let me give you the scenario. If anybody, the way the NDC ran the campaign, the way NDC self-portrayed themselves, and what they said about the NPP, from all the allegations of corruption, all the things, and we are going to fight, we are going to kill each other, we are going to do this, we are going to destroy this country, all the things they said. If there is anybody who stayed away from voting, that person didn't like John Mahama. Neither did that person like the NDC. Otherwise, that person would have, whatever the case, the person would have voted and voted for John Mahama and the NDC candidates. For somebody to just stay away, that person is an MPP, but didn't like to vote the MPP because he wasn't happy with the MPP.
Oh, I get the point you're saying. I get the point. The point you're making is that from what the campaign did, there's no one who likes John Mahama who stay home.
At all.
They all came out.
And John Mahama's votes did not increase more than 200,000 from 2020.
Nearly 300 though. They're 200 something.
Good. So I'm just saying that his votes, in terms of the from 2020 to 2024, 1.9 million new voters were added to the roll. If you get a 300,000 or 250,000 increase, it's very marginal.
I get that point as well.
It's very marginal.
That if you look at the number that was added to the electoral roll coming from the last election, and you have added 200 out of the 1.9.
It's very marginal. And I'm saying to you that anybody who really felt aggrieved and who wanted a change, who was determined that we needed a change and want to vote the NDC, would never have
stayed out. Under any circumstance, they would turn out and vote.
They would turn out and vote.
So that's the group that voted.
And I'm saying that they decided to stay away. The group that voted is the NDC's base and what the NDC would have gotten. If our supporters, for some reason, decided that we're going to vote, they would have voted for us and would have won the elections. In fact, if Bawumia got Akufo-Addo's votes of 2020, Bawumia would have been president today.
So you are saying that the shot at the presidency is not that far?
At all, exactly.
Even though it looks very big.
What NDC and all of
the
us...
gap looks very big, though.
Extremely big. But it's because your supporters didn't vote. They stayed away. Akufo-Addo got 6.7 million votes in the last election. John Mahama got 6.3 million in these elections. If Bawumia got the 6.7 million votes that Akufo-Addo got in 2020, he would have been president
by a far shot.
Do you
First round victory.
First round victory. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The point I am saying to you is that it's for the NPP, which we have done anyway, identify why our supporters stayed away, and we did. Go out there and appease them. And it's one of the reasons why we decided that we should elect the presidential candidate early to make sure that we correct our mistakes and correct our wrongs. Otherwise, if you want to wait till 2027 and you have this infighting that we are seeing today, the party would have been destroyed.
Yeah.
And I'm very clear in my mind that it was a very wise decision.
It certainly was.
The party didn't do anything. The National Council just said, elect the presidential candidate by 31st of January. Every other election is going to go along the way the party is supposed to be. So from April, the party will do polling stations. June, the party will do constituency. And by August, the party will do regional and national. So by September, October, we are done with the party elections from the base to the top. So anybody thinking that we've turned it upside down, then either it doesn't follow what
So by the end of the year, the NPP team is lined up.
The NPP is lined up. Except that the council decides that we are going to elect parliamentary candidates also next year or this year. If the party does not do that...
There's orphan and there's held.
I'm saying that, yes. If the party doesn't do that, then we will have every election except the parliamentary candidates. The point I'm just making to you is that our supporters out there who are aggrieved, it's for us to go out there and make sure that we bring them out this time to vote. If we can do that, we are good to go.
Is it not these supporters who are talking about how they want change and all the things we see on social media that trotro drivers want a certain candidate, this one want that, and they don't want Dr. Bawumia, etc., etc.?
It's not a true story.
It's not true, right?
It's not a true story. Take it from me. It's not a true story. It's very clear that the party, from the top to the bottom, from the party people to the coordinators, I've gone around virtually the whole country and I've campaigned and I've seen the real, especially in the north, from the executives to the coordinators to the police station executives to the council of elders to virtually everybody who matter in the party and outside the party. They are listening to the voters on the ground. Mm-hmm. So the voters, all these party people don't make a choice out of nothing. They listen to their communities, what people say, and they say, hey, this is the person we are looking for. And it's very clear, whether it's in the north, it's in Ashanti, it's Greater Accra, it's Western region, Central region a bit. They are all rooting for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and he will win very comfortably in the coming election. There's no doubt about it.
Will he win better than he won the last time? 60%?
He will win better than
so it will be more than 60%?
He will win better.
That's your clear prediction?
Yes, that's my clear prediction.
Who's going to come second?
The election for me is a clear shot between Dr. Bawumia and Kennedy. I won't lie about that. He will come second, but he will come a distant second.
Who will come third?
Bryan will come third.
And
the rest,
Agyapong
will
make up the rear.
Know. Between Agyapong and this, I don't know. But they will come in that order.
So it's going to be Dr. Bawumia, Kennedy, and Bryan.
Yes.